Hi Sagittarius, here is your ex-partner reading for the month of April. Please bear in mind, like I always tell you, that if you're not in any way interested in your ex-partner, then this is not the reading for you, okay? I've done the 2 row spreads like I always do. This is the row for yourself and this is for your ex-partner. Now we're going to get straight into the reading. Up here, the first card we have for you coming into the month of April is the Devil card. It is a major arcana and it's number 15. It is reversed, which I much prefer it to see this way. It talks about how you may very well have previously felt chained to this relationship or this person. When it's reversed, it talks about how you're now during April, managing to free yourself. You know, you could be freeing yourself on an emotional level now from your ex-partner. But the chain has been able to become off and broken here, which is a good and positive sign to see. The card for your ex-partner is the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles, it talks very much, it can talk about a generosity of spirit, but it can also talk about giving too much of oneself. Now, it may be that you had previously given too much to your ex-partner. This could be talking about finances. It could be talking in terms of gifts, in terms of your attention, your love, your kindness, even sex. And it may very well be, it could be for some of you that your ex-partner was very generous in any forms, in any of those ways to you. That there may have been a real kind of sexual attraction or sexual chemistry here, whereby, you know, the giving of too much or the giving was maybe on a sexual level. Because the Devil card as well can talk about addictions. And it may be that you were physically addicted to your partner in some way. And you've managed to break that cycle and that change. Now here for you, we see in the month of April, you've got the Page of Pentacles. Now, the page, it can talk about messages being brought to you. But it can as well talk about how there may be some desire now for you in some way to manifest your dreams. This young boy is very focused on this pentacle, okay? All his attention is on this. So it could be that now the chain has been broken in regards to whatever it was you was thinking and feeling about your ex-partner. We may very well see you coming into April being much more focused on your finances and your work. Trying to open up new opportunities and trying to gain more on the financial level and the career aspects of your life. It can also talk about focusing very much on your future happiness now and what that happiness or what that future goal looks like to you. On your ex-partner's side, we've got the Magician here, which is number 1 in the Major Arcana, and it is reversed. The Magician can have a couple of meanings. It can talk about manipulative energy. It can, when it's reversed, talk about somebody who's being a bit of a trickster here. Somebody that can turn on the charm but for their own gain. But it can also talk about how they may be trying, your ex-partner may want to manifest something, but they feel they don't have all the tools and ingredients in front of them or at their disposal to be able to do that. Now, the thing that's come to my mind, Sagittarius, is it may very well be that your ex-partner maybe in some way, either in the past or coming into this month of April, may very well be trying to buy your affection in some way. May very well be trying to manifest a reconciliation between you both. And may very well be offering you maybe money, maybe gifts, maybe sex, in order to keep this attachment here between you both, or in order to try to manifest this attachment. Because if they feel that you have managed to overcome this and you have been the one that's broke the chains, it may be that you are the one that's ended this relationship, and it may be a recent breakup, that it could see them trying to in some way buy your affection. But we could see you here focusing very much on your own future happiness, and you working out what that future happiness looks like to you. And they may very well be feeling that they're not able and they haven't got what's required to bring about this reconciliation with you. Now here for you, we've got a really positive card. We've got the Four of Wands. Not only does it talk about a happy home, okay, it can talk about marriage. It can talk about two people living together. But it can as well, on a more of a mundane level, talk about you being invited to a wedding, whereby you could end up meeting somebody new at one of these social events. It could be a wedding, it could be a christening or a social gathering. But it could be you focusing very much on your home. It can talk about moving home, renovating a home. But for some of you, it could very well talk in some way of a possible reconciliation here, and how the two of you may very well come back together. Now on their side, they've got the Four of Pentacles, which is reversed. The Four of Pentacles, it can talk about, first of all, it can talk about the fear of taking a calculated risk within something. Now, if we are talking about in terms of a reconciliation between you both, or, you know, a possible reconciliation and living together type thing, or even moving back in with each other, it may be that they're fearful of that in some way. But it could also be that at the moment they may very well be holding on very tightly here to you. They may be struggling to let go of this relationship and to let go of you. It can be about holding on to emotions here. Now, it could be that in some way they're playing their cards close to their chest and they're holding on tightly to their emotions because they may be fearful at the moment of opening up to you and telling you what it is they do really want, because they feel with this Magician that they're not able for some reason to manifest this. But for some, it could be talking about their inability to be able to let go of this relationship. Them wanting to keep hold of you and wanting this reconciliation with you. Now, your outcome card is the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Now, the Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo. So it could be for some of you that you may have been involved with an earth sign, but it doesn't have to mean that. The thing with the Knight of Pentacles, he can be, or she, it's not gender specific here, it can talk about somebody that expects a lot but doesn't do anything in return. This energy up here could very much be talking about how they expected a lot from you, Sagittarius. That they were the ones that were quite happy to do all the taking in this relationship, but were not given enough in return. The Knight of Pentacles as well, it can talk about an element of somebody being complacent here, somebody being pompous and quite dull. The Knight of Pentacles can be that way. It's a very slow energy. And it can touch on feeling bored and feeling stuck in a routine. Now, your ex-partner's outcome is the Justice card. And the Justice card, it talks about conclusions and resolutions. But it talks about acting with fairness and with kindness here. With justice, sorry. It talks about bringing balance to a situation. Bringing a just verdict that, as I said, is just and fair for you as well as them. Now, I'm going to clarify your Knight of Pentacles. Please give me further clarification on this Knight of Pentacles. Why have we got the Knight of Pentacles as an outcome, and why is the Knight reversed? Please give me further clarification on this Knight of Pentacles. Further clarification on this Knight of Pentacles. Please give me further clarification on this Knight of Pentacles. And there we've got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, it talks about two people that are no longer on the same page. It can talk about testing and difficult times within a relationship. What I feel is that for the majority of you, when you reach the end of April, you know, you're either going to feel that your ex-partner is somebody that you're not really matched with. That they may very well be this much more slow, plodding along energy. It may very well be for some of you that you were hoping, and maybe, you know, this is still the hope here in April, that two have lived together, or for that relationship to have ended in a marriage. But the ex-partner may have been quite reluctant to do that. May have been fearful of taking this risk of living together, of maybe taking it to the next level of an engagement or a marriage. And you may just very well, at the end of April, come to this conclusion that, you know, that they're just, all that's going on is this plodding along. And that's all that was ever going on within this relationship. And how it may very well have become very boring and very mundane. Because the Two of Cups, it talks about two people not being on the same page. It talks about relationship breakups. It talks about testing and difficult times and personalities within this relationship. I just feel really for the both of you that there was a mismatch here. You know, you being a fire sign, Sagittarius, a lot more fiery, passionate energy there. And maybe your ex-partner, you know, maybe they were very generous. You know, maybe they were very giving and very loving towards you. But maybe there was this obstacle there. Maybe this Page of Pentacles talks about how, you know, you are focusing on your future. And to you, your future may very well look like this. Being in a loving, committed relationship where you're either living together or you're married. And for your ex-partner, there's this lack of feeling that they can manifest this, that they don't have what's required to be able to do it. This fear here of taking a risk, playing cards close to the chest, maybe plodding along and having this type of dull and pompous energy that brings you at the end of April to the conclusion that really you and your ex-partner really were just not suited. That you were both wanting different things here. But I think ultimately there was a lack of what's the word I'm looking for? A lack of compatibility. There may very well have been a strong physical attraction between you both. And it may very well have been that physical connection and that physical chemistry that created these chains of the devil previously. But we see in the month of April you coming out of that. And you breaking those chains there because something was chaining you to this person. Now, it could have been finances. You know, maybe they financially helped you. Or maybe they were the ones that were in a better financial position. It can be any number of things. But for whatever reason that you felt chained to this person, the chains are now being broken in April. And you're going to end the month of April realizing that I think there's just too many differences here. That's what I feel. Too many differences here between you both. And possibly you being the one, as I said, who's fiery and passionate and is able to take a risk and is not fearful of taking something to the next level to see where it leads. But your ex-partner being very slow, plodding along, and maybe, you know, having this fear of taking a calculated risk. And I think justice is going to be brought to this situation. And the fact that the justice card is upright, it talks about it being fair and just. That really the two of you come to that conclusion that this relationship, you know, it's just not possible. That the two of you are so incompatible that it was never ever going to be anything more than it was. Now, for some of you that were married, it could very well be talking about how there was financial ties and commitments between you both. That maybe there was a lack of generosity on the financial front from your husband or wife. And they were holding on very tightly to their finances. So, Sagittarius, that does bring this reading to an end. I really do hope it resonates with somebody. Thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. And I always do forget to say, but all of my readings are always for sun, moon and rising, okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.